الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين فإن زللتم من بعد ما جاءتكم البينات فاعلموا أن الله عزيز حكيم.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهد الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له نشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Dear viewers, the topic of our discussion today is marital lives and responsibilities of husbands and wives. When we talk about marital life, we are talking about marriage that was conducted under strict Islamic rule. That's where we recognize husband and wife. Any other one apart from this one is not part of what we are going to discuss. Now, Prophet Sam told us that, narrated by Al-Mikdam, he said, Prophet Sam said, "Indeed, Allah commanded you to be good to women. Indeed, they are your mothers, they are your sisters, they are your maternal aunts." So Islam wants us to respect women and carry out all that is necessary for us to be done as our duty. The husband obligations are women's rights. Prophet Sam said, "Inna li zawjika haqqo," your wife has rights over you. In another hadith it says, "Allah inna lakum ala nisaikum haqqo wa nisaikum haqqo alayhim haqqo." Lo, you have rights over your women and your women have rights over you. So it is the two ways. As the men has rights over women, women also has rights over men. Fulfilling the wife's rights is an indication that you fear Allah, you have taqwa, and you refer Allah, and then you fear his punishment because they are your trusts over you. That is, your women are your trust over you, and so you must carry out all that is necessary to be done. Among the rights of women, based on the Quran and Sunnah, is protection. She has the right to be protected by the husband. As Allah has said in the Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 34, Allah says, "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa'i bima faddala Allahu ba'dahum 'ala ba'd wa bima anfaqu min amwalihim." Allah says the protection and maintenance of women are from men, especially because they cater for them from their means. That shows that women dependent mostly on the protection of their husband. In fact, he must have a serious affection for her, such that he will not allow anything to befall her. Prophet Sam said, a man must have ghera for their wife, that is a special attention. But this special attention must not lead him to suspicion. In fact, Prophet Sam said that a man who does not have ghera for the wife, that does not care about his wife, is the dayut. And said dayut will never enter paradise. That's to show that it is duty of a man to specially have that protection over their wife, protect them and support them. When you talk of protection, it covers physical protection, emotional protection, and good well-being for the wife. It is very, very important that a man should have that. And then another right of a woman is financial rights. The husband is responsible for providing food, clothing, and shelter. He must ensure that they have adequate food to eat, and he must place them in a convenient home where the whole duties of the mother will be able to carry it out correctly, and he will be able to do her duty to the husband as well. She has a right to be treated with love and respect. It is not only the wife that must respect the husband too must be able to respect the wife, to give her a due respect as a wife. She is not to be treated as a slave, as we see in homes today, that the husband don't respect the wife, just call her a sort of names, any mistake she made. But we are supposed to honor our wife. Like Prophet Sam said, the best among you are the ones who are best to their wives. And he said, I am the best among you because I am the best to my wife. Another right is that she has the right to emotional and physical fulfillment. The husband must be able to show that affection, companionship. The husband should fulfill all our physical and emotional needs. Cannot just leave your wife just there, especially because some male does not fear Allah. They have extra affairs outside, and as such they will neglect the wife outside. They don't want to know. Their homes here, where separate home room for husband, separate room for wife. Eventually when the wife need the husband, is nowhere to be found. Even we have been seeing cases where husband, because he has where he settles himself, abandon the wife for months. Whereas in Sharia, when you leave your wife for at least more than 4 months, then it means a summary divorce. So the wife has the right to companionship. Companionship in the sense that you discuss together, you ruminate together, you plan together, affairs of children, affairs of mother. Don't just leave everything to yourself, or find somebody maybe because you feel that your wife is not good enough. Now all that's supposed to know about, just take them away from her. This is not right. The right to fair and equal treatment in case of polygamy. We know that Islam allows males to marry more than one wife, but at the same time that does not mean that the other co-wives, one should be neglected. In fact, Prophet said that a man who marry more than one wife and then leave one at the detriment of the other, that he does not do equality between them, that person will be raised up, that is one part of body will be drowning down. That is why you have to be very careful. If you want to marry 2 wives or 3 wives or 4 wives as Quran has dictated, then you have to be sure that you do the needful. You are not unjust to one, where you cling more to one and leave one abandoned. Remember, Allah is never unjust. Allah is never unjust. Allah will not be unjust to any soul. It's whatever you do that you are going to meet.
ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
She also has the right to divorce in a situation where the husband is not treating her well, or the home affair is no more conducive to her. She has the right to seek for divorce, even though Allah did not like. One of the things Allah permitted that He does not like is the right to divorce. But it's not only the husband that can also divorce the wife. In a situation where the house has become a hell for her, then she has the right to seek for divorce legally. As you normally see when we conduct nikah, after stating all the right, you see the imam, they will say, if you have reason to divorce her, you will divorce her legally, even though we don't pray for such. It is also an obligation on the husband to treat his wife with fairness and justice. You have to be very fair with your wife and be just. Failure to do so is an indication of his failure in running his family. So it's very important that male should do all that is necessary to be done. Now we go to the rights of husband, because as I said earlier, as the husband has his own rights, the wife also has their own rights. So part of the rights that the husband has from his wife is obedience. Obedience that is unconditional, except he commands you to do what is not in line with the Quran. As long as what the husband commands you to do is in line with the Quran, then you have no choice. And you have the right of submission. The wife must have unconditional submission to the will of the husband. He has no right to challenge the authority of her husband, because Allah has placed them higher than you. Even if you are wealthier, even if you are older, as long as you have agreed to marry him, then you must be able to submit yourself completely to your husband. The next right of the husband is respect and honor. The wife should be able to honor her husband. You should give him due respect. You don't just talk anyhow to your husband. You don't disrespect your husband, whether in the hidden or in the open, whether it's in the midst of friends, wherever he may be, because he's your king and you treat him like a king. You respect him, you honor him. Part of his right, that is the husband's right, is the protection of his honor and properties. Whatever the husband has, there is nothing that's very easy to acquire these days. It is your duty to take good care of all your husband property. Part of the things that belongs to your husband, which belongs to yourself, is your children. Take adequate care of your children. Your children should not be the type that will lack morals. That should not be the type that just go anywhere where you cannot even account for. It's very important that you do this. Kindness to the husband. She should treat her husband in a good and honorable way and avoid harming the husband. The best of wives are those who respect their husband, who are humble, and Prophet Sam said those who are loving. You should be kind that is loving. Many wives, they are not loving. That is why the husband easily look for another person who is loving. By the time another wife that's loving comes inside, jealousy sets in, and eventually the home will be upside down. So you must, in your own time too, whether you have another wife, it's not, if you want to be loving to your husband, it's not until he starts making preparation to marry another wife. As a wife, because you love each other before you become husband and wife, that love continues till eternity. So you must be able to express love to your husband. Don't just leave your husband just like that you are busy, especially those Akada women who are always busy with work. They don't have time for their husband. Every now and then is office assignment. At home, office assignment. At work, office assignment. No time for anything. Everything you are supposed to do to get reward in the home, you have assigned it to house help. You should not do that. You must have your duty, because for every step you take in your husband's house, and you do them because you want to seek the pleasure of Almighty Allah, you get reward. Part of it is fulfilling husband's physical desire. This one is a major obligation, because one of the essence of marriage is that you have access to each other. So on no circumstance your husband call you and you give an excuse that I'm busy or I'm tired. If you are tired, you must know beforehand. It's not when he calls you that you start giving excuses. In fact, Prophet Sam said that when you are called, even if you are on a camel back and your husband call you, a woman doesn't have the right to reject. A woman that the husband calls and he rejected, he said heavens will cause him, the angels will cause him. So one of the more important obligations of a woman to her husband is that he should just answer his call anytime, any moment that the husband call him. Then absolute willingness to serve and cooperate with him. You should be ready to serve your husband at all costs. We have been seeing homes today where you see a husband who is very responsible, pay students and children's school fees, pay house rent, give food, yet the woman cannot assist in doing anything for the husband. Not even to wash the cloth, not even to iron the cloth, not even to brush his shoe, not even taking care of the homes. It's difficult for her. Such woman is not a right woman. It's not the one that is time we are talking about. But when you don't do your own duty to your husband and you expect your husband to do his own duty to you, know that it's not possible. So you should be ready to serve, because you have agreed. You know him that you can serve him. You know him that you can be obedient to him. You know him that he's the right person for you. Then why is it that after marriage you are changing? Because we know that many of us, we are very hypocritical. When you are sitting outside, when you have not been married, you'll be doing as if you are good. You wear the best of clothes. And you know one thing that is very, very, very interesting these days is that women, when they are in the house, they will not wear the best of their clothes for their husband to see. But when they are going to party, same dressing well. But when they are in the house, they are look like house girl. The clothes they are wearing in the morning is what they are wearing in the afternoon, in the night as well. So when the husband, so they will not be appealing to their husband again. My dear sisters, my dear almost at home, please let us combine gaiety with piety. That is, being neat and see your husband as your king. Respect your husband as supposed to be honored. Respect him, take care of his properties, take care of his children, even the relative too. Take it right. Because when you are bad to his own relative, definitely you can't expect him to be good to your own relative too. So to make the end meet, let us do our duty. Do your duty to your husband. And when you have to ask for your own rights too. Ask for it in a subtle manner. May Allah continue to guide us and accept the duty we are able to do as an act of ibadah. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله والبعث بعد الموت لا إله إلا الله. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم